All right, hello and welcome. We spent a ton of time breaking down the core pieces of streaming infrastructure, everything from codecs to CDNs, but today we're looking to the future. We're going to dive into the emerging tech that's set to completely redefine how streaming platforms are built, how they're secured, and how they're delivered. So let's explore what's coming next.
And for those of you following along, this is part 13 of our deep dive into that fantastic report from Virtualization Options LLC. We are in the home stretch, and today's focus is all about Chapter 13, the future of streaming.
So, that really is the big question for today, isn't it? The foundations are solid, the protocols are established, the global networks are built. So, where do we go from here? What are the next big leaps in performance, security, and intelligence that are going to shape the next decade of streaming?
First up, let's talk security. Look, Standard Digital Rights Management, or DRM, is the baseline, but honestly, it's just not enough anymore. As piracy gets more and more sophisticated, we're talking everything from simple screen recording to actually compromising the video players, the industry has to fight back with something a whole lot smarter.
And that something smarter is called forensic watermarking. Instead of just trying to lock the content down, this technique actually tags it. Think of it like a unique, invisible digital fingerprint that gets embedded into every single stream. If a pirated copy shows up online, this allows you to trace it directly back to the specific account or the exact session that leaked it. It's a really powerful deterrent. And this isn't just about catching individual pirates. It's about protecting multi-million-dollar licensing deals and keeping exclusive content, exclusive.
So how does this actually work in practice? Well, the whole process is dynamic and totally session-based. When you press play, the system doesn't just grab a generic file from a server. Oh no, it generates a unique watermark just for your session, embedding maybe your user ID, a timestamp, other device info, directly into the video stream on the fly. This means every single viewer is technically watching a slightly different version of the file, which makes tracking down leaks incredibly precise.
Okay, moving on from security. The very architecture of streaming platforms is going through this massive transformation. The whole industry is moving away from these old, monolithic systems and embracing a much more flexible, more resilient approach we call cloud native. This is all about completely re-architecting everything for massive scale and incredible speed.
And at the heart of this revolution is the microservices architecture. For any IT professionals watching, you know these benefits are just huge. Instead of one giant, tangled application where everything depends on everything else, you have dozens of small independent services. So, say you've got a huge live event. You only need to scale up the encoding and delivery services, not the entire platform. And, crucially, if one small component like the recommendation engine fails, it doesn't take the whole video player down with it. That's a game changer.
So how do you actually implement these microservices? Well, this table breaks down the two main cloud-native patterns you see today. You've got containers, which are perfect for long-running jobs like video encoding, where you need to spin up a lot of capacity really fast for, say, a live sports event. And then you've got serverless functions. These are amazing for short, bursty tasks, things like generating a playlist manifest or creating a thumbnail. You literally only pay for the split second of computation you use, which is just incredibly cost-efficient.
All right, now for the really cutting-edge stuff. We've talked about improving what we already have, but what about brand new capabilities? This is where we start to see technologies like artificial intelligence and even blockchain starting to make their mark on the streaming world.
Building on what we just talked about with security, the future involves using AI to proactively hunt for and detect piracy patterns across the web. Some folks are even exploring blockchain for a totally decentralized approach to DRM. The critical point here, though, is that there's always this tension. You want stronger security, of course, but it can't come at the cost of a frustrating user experience. It's a constant balancing act.
And AI's promise goes way beyond just security. It extends right into system reliability. I mean, you can see it right here. On one side, you've got this complex, reactive system, basically chaos, where engineers are scrambling to fix failures. On the other, you see this orderly, predictable data flow. The whole goal of AI-driven monitoring is to get us from the chaos to the order. By analyzing all this data in real time, it can spot weird anomalies and predict potential failures before they ever happen, shifting the whole operation from firefighting to fire prevention.
And finally, personalization is getting a serious technical upgrade. It's not just about recommending what movie you should watch next anymore. The future is about personalizing the stream itself. Just imagine an adaptive bitrate algorithm that actually learns your specific network conditions at home and creates a custom encoding ladder just for you, ensuring the absolute best quality your connection can possibly handle. That is the next frontier of user experience.
So after looking at all this emerging tech, what are the key themes we should walk away with? It really all boils down to 3 pillars: making streaming more secure, making it more efficient, and making it a whole lot more intelligent.
Let's just quickly recap what's really important to remember. First, it is always a trade-off. You're constantly balancing security, performance, and the user experience. Second, there's no silver bullet here. Choosing between containers and serverless totally depends on the specific job you're doing. Third, cloud native isn't just a buzzword. It delivers real, tangible gains in resilience and speed. And finally, all these cool new technologies like AI and watermarking have to be evaluated carefully to solve real business problems, not just implemented for the sake of it.
And that leaves us with a final question to think about. We've seen a lot of really promising tech today, from dynamic watermarking to AI-driven operations. As you look ahead, which of these do you think will become fundamental to every streaming service? And which ones might just be a passing trend, a footnote in history? It's a fascinating time to be in this industry. Thanks for watching.